Think you could pass the Life in the UK test right now? Most people fail on their first try, not because it's hard, but because they miss the trick questions. In the next few minutes, I'm going to challenge you with a realistic mock test that could make or break your chances of becoming a British citizen. No guessing, no skipping, just you versus the test. Would you actually pass? Let's begin. Who designed the new St. Paul Cathedral? A. Sir Christopher Wren. B. Isaac Newton. C. Isambard Kingdom Brunel. D. Samuel Pepys. The correct answer is option A. Christopher Wren designed a new St. Paul Cathedral after the previous one was destroyed by a great fire in 1666. Where did the Vikings come from? A. Norway and Sweden. B. Austria and Germany. C. Spain and France. D. Norway and Denmark. The correct answer is option D. The Vikings came from Denmark and Norway. They first visited Britain in AD 789 to raid coastal towns and take away goods and slaves. Who won 2 gold medals for running in the 2004 Olympic Games? Option A. Dame Kelly Holmes. B. Christopher Dean. C. Jane Torville. D. Dame Ellen MacArthur. The correct answer is option A. Dame Kelly Holmes, born in 1970, won 2 gold medals for running in the 2004 Olympic Games. What was the purpose of the Corn Laws in 1846? A. To prevent the import of cheap grain. B. To build railways. C. To improve transport systems. D. To improve working conditions. Option A is a correct answer. Corn Laws in 1846 had prevented the import of cheap grain. Which movement campaigned for the women's rights? A. Bishops. B. Quakers. C. Chartists. D. Suffragettes. Option D is a correct answer. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, an increasing number of women campaigned and demonstrated for greater rights and, in particular, the right to vote. They formed the women's suffrage movement and became known as suffragettes. How often do the PM's questions take place? A. Every week. B. Every year. C. Every month. D. Every day. Option A is a correct answer. The leader of the opposition leads his or her party in pointing out what they see as the government's failures and weaknesses. One important opportunity to do this is at Prime Minister's Questions, which takes place every week while Parliament is sitting. Who became famous in silent movies for his tramp character? A. Sir Francis Drake. B. Sir Christopher Wren. C. Sir Charles Chaplin. D. Sir Chris Hoy. Option C is a correct answer. Sir Charles, Charlie. Chaplin became famous in silent movies for his tramp character and was one of many British actors to make a career in Hollywood. Who should you contact to get your national insurance number? A. Local government. B. The Home Secretary. C. Your local school. D. DWP, Department for Work and Pensions. Well done! You got it right. You will need to telephone the Department for Work and Pensions, DWP, to arrange to get a national insurance number. How are you doing so far? If you are doing good, please do not forget to subscribe the channel and like the video. What do many theatres in the UK produce at Christmas time? A. A pantomime. B. A stand-up comedy show. C. An opera. D. A music event. Option A is a correct. One British tradition is the pantomime. Many theatres produce a pantomime at Christmas time. One of the traditional characters is the Dame, a woman played by a man. What is the name given to the conflict between those wishing for full Irish independence and those wishing to remain loyal to the UK government? A. The Great Depression. B. The Problems. C. The Troubles. D. The Clearances. Correct. Option C is a correct answer. The conflict between those wishing for full Irish independence and those wishing to remain loyal to the British government is often referred to as the Troubles. What does St. Patrick's Cross look like? A. A diagonal white cross on a blue ground. B. Welsh Dragon Cross. C. A red cross on a white ground. D. A diagonal red cross on a white ground. The Union flag consists of 3 crosses. The cross of St. George, patron saint of England, is a red cross on a white ground. The cross of St. Andrew, patron saint of Scotland, is a diagonal white cross on a blue ground. The cross of St. Patrick, patron saint of Ireland, is a diagonal red cross on a white ground. The House of Lords is more independent of the government than the House of Commons. Option A, false, or option B, true? Option B, true, is a correct answer. The House of Lords is normally more independent of the government than the House of Commons. It can suggest amendments or propose new laws, which are then discussed by MPs. During the Middle Ages, which 2 wars were fought abroad? A. The War of the Roses. B. 100 Years. War. C. Crusaders. D. Battle of Hastings. Option B and option C are the correct answers. During the Middle Ages, the English kings also fought a number of wars abroad. Many knights took part in the Crusades, in which European Christians fought for control of the Holy Land. English kings also fought a long war with France, called the 100 Years' War, even though it actually lasted 116 years. Pressure groups and lobby groups are organizations which try to influence government policy. Option A, false. Option B, true. You are right. Option B, true, is a correct answer. Pressure and lobby groups are organizations which try to influence government policy. They play an important role in politics. Which party forms the government? A. The party appointed by the monarch. B. The party with the majority of the members of Parliament, MPs. C. The party with the most votes. D. The party which is the most popular. Most MPs belong to a political party, and the party with the majority of MPs forms the government. If one party does not get a majority, 2 parties can join together to form a coalition. The National Citizen Service provides military training to young people. Option A, true, or option B, false? Correct. It is false. The National Citizen Service program, which gives 16 and 17-year-olds the opportunity to enjoy outdoor activities, develop their skills, and take part in a community project. Who appoints the government, which most people have chosen in a democratic election? A. The monarch. B. The Prime Minister. C. The House of Lords. D. The House of Commons. Option A. The monarch is a correct answer. The monarch does not rule the country, but appoints the government, which the people have chosen in a democratic election. Those who don't respect the law should not expect to be allowed to become permanent residents. True or false? That's correct. If you don't respect the law, you should not expect to be allowed to settle in the UK. The Anglo-Saxons established Christianity when they invaded Britain. A. True. B. False. Option B. False is correct answer. The Anglo-Saxons were not Christians when they first came to Britain, but during this period, missionaries came to Britain to preach about Christianity. Which of these international events was held in London in 2012? A. Euro 2012. B. The Paralympic Games. C. The Commonwealth Games. D. The World Cup. Option B is a correct answer. The UK has hosted the Olympic Games on 3 occasions, 1908, 1948 and 2012. The Paralympic Games for 2012 were also hosted in London. Where does the Scottish Grand National take place? A. Berkshire. B. The Borders. C. Aintree. D. Ayr. Option D is correct answer. Famous horse racing events include Royal Ascot, a 5-day race meeting in Berkshire attended by members of the royal family, the Grand National at Aintree near Liverpool, and the Scottish Grand National at Ayr. Which 2 of the athletes are Paralympians? A. Andy Murray. B. Jessica Ennis. C. David Weir. D. Ellie Simmonds. Option C and Option D are correct answers. David Weir is a Paralympian who uses a wheelchair and has won 6 gold medals over 2 Paralympic Games. Ellie Simmonds is a Paralympian who won gold medals for swimming at the 2008 and 2012 Paralympic Games and holds a number of world records. The monarch appoints the members of the cabinet. A. True. B. False. Option B. False is a correct answer. The Prime Minister appoints the members of the cabinet and has control over many important public appointments. After Cromwell defeated Charles II at Worcester, where did Charles II hide? A. In a house. B. In an oak tree. C. In a lake. D. In a field. You got it right. Charles II escaped from Worcester, famously hiding in an oak tree on one occasion, and eventually fled to Europe. Well done! You've reached the end of the mock test. So, how did you do? If you scored 75% or higher, you're right on track. That's the level you need to pass the real life in the UK test. If not, don't worry. This is exactly how you improve. Every mistake is one step closer to passing. Remember, it's not just about memorizing facts. It's about understanding the history, culture, and values of life in the UK. If you found this mock test video helpful, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And tell me your score in the comments. I'd love to see how you did.